I'm chilling at the park right now. It's a Sunday. I took a microdose today. I don't advise people to take psychedelics. I advise you, if you're curious, to hold on, something on my lens. I advise you to do your own research and you make a decision from there. But like, bro, I've had such a good day. Uh, Very relaxing, but also like very aware, just becoming very aware of myself and aware of like what is it that I really want. I remember I was in Portugal with my homie and we hopped on this call with a friend of ours who was a Tony Robbins Platinum Lion. So she paid like 200K to be in Tony's like top mastermind. And we were asking her for business advice because we were lost and we needed help. And I remember the advice she gave us was we needed more clarity. We needed to take the time to find more clarity. And I think clarity is an ongoing process. I think we're I think if you're constantly looking for it, you know, things become more clear. But like I don't think that you just get clear once and then you're good. Maybe. That's not that's not like so much like my experience at least. I feel like getting clarity is a process. And things evolve. You know, things that you thought you wanted, once you get them, you realize that it wasn't what you thought it was. But through that process, you may pick up something, one or two things that you really actually like, and you get clarity in a whole different way. And clarity is something that's ever evolving. Today I got more clarity in terms of who it is that I am. I remember when I was in high school, I played on the freshman basketball team, and I came off the bench. I only maybe averaged 2 points a game, couple rebounds a game. I wasn't necessarily a big difference maker in terms of the game. At least I think so. And we had players who were much better than I was, obviously. And I remember I wanted to play on varsity very bad. And I remember in the off season, I worked my fucking ass off, man. I put my motherfucking mind to it. And I remember one day, it was after sixth period basketball, and the varsity coach, I was sitting in the bleachers, and the varsity coach was like, "Hey man, do you want to play with us this summer?" And I said yes. One of the funnest summers I've ever had in my life. Like top two summers of my life. Top one is the time I traveled Europe for 3 months in the summer. That was really cool as well, man. That was really challenging, but it was an experience of a lifetime. And just realizing that like I am where I am, but I have full confidence that I'm going to succeed. And the reason why I have full confidence in that is because I've always been able to do what I set my mind to. Eventually I'll win. The journey is imperfect. There are a million mistakes made along the way. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of challenge, and there's a lot of missed opportunity, and people get hurt along the way, bridges get burned, but like new connections get formed, new relationships get formed, new opportunities appear. And just over and over and over and over and over again in my life, I've won because I put my mind to it. But the thing is, I can't force myself to put my mind to something. I have to naturally be drawn to it. I have to just want it without logical reason. I can't try to convince myself of something logically because I'm not going to follow through with it. It has to be something I put my mind to, my heart to, my spirit to. And when it comes to building an influence, when it comes to me making a living being myself, my whole spirit is in it. And I'm going to succeed because I've done it so many times in my life. That's why I have that belief. I don't choose to do this. You can say I choose it, and I choose it every day. I know that I have agency to decide, but I feel like actually I don't have agency to decide. It's like, it's either I do this or there's nothing else. The only other option is that like I die or, I take my own life, but like that's not something I'm considering. That's not something that I think about. That option is not even close to being on the table. So really I only have one option, which is go all in on this. And I know just over time I'll come out on top because I always have. I always have. And just realizing that I am a winner. That's who it is that I am. It's not something that I chose to be or chose to do. It's just who it is that I am. I am a winner. That's what I do. I win. This is just who it is that I am. With no force, naturally. This is who I am naturally. For a very long time, I feel that people had tremendous amount of belief in me. And I think a lot of people saw my potential in terms of like who it is that I am and where I'm going. And I didn't see that for so long. And I refused to believe it. I just was like, I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. And then I have people investing their time into me, and I have people showing how much they believe in me, and I was just so lost. I was just always just so confused about that. I didn't understand it. And it took just years of me doing just incredible shit for me to be like, damn, nigga, like this is who I am. I'm just becoming clear in terms of who it is I am. this is just my genetic makeup. And I'm just so fortunate, dude. I'm so fortunate. There's so many things that I just got lucky with. Like, I'm 6 feet tall, I'm light skinned, I'm handsome, I have great hair, I speak well, I naturally gravitate towards arts and writing and reading and education. And like, these are all things that I didn't choose for myself. I didn't choose to be tall. I didn't choose to want to like these things. I just do. I'm so fucking fortunate to be who it is that I am. I am so fucking fortunate, bro. I've been feeling disappointed lately because it's become clear to me, like, I wanted to like have sex with like younger women, like in their early 20s, but like it's very clear that like I don't have much in common with women who are in their early 20s. They haven't, for the most part. These are just ones that I'm meeting just from the situations that I'm in, which happen to be in the restaurant industry. It's like a lot of these women, sure, so a lot of them are getting an education. However, the education that they're receiving and the education that I'm receiving are two completely different kinds of education. And we're putting completely different thoughts into our brains every day. And it's like, man, I was feeling disappointed because I feel like this, like the ship has sailed for me to like date young hot women because they just don't mentally stimulate me. They don't. I was like, man, y'all ain't really talking about nothing. At least nothing that I care about. And I just don't find myself having much in common with them. And what I'm working to do is just come to acceptance with that. Like today, it was just like, I just gotta accept it. I just gotta accept that that ship has sailed for me. Not just that, but also accept, like, I say that I'm a winner, but that, like, that's not on some ego shit. Like, that's on some, like, humble shit. Like, that's on some, like, acceptance. Like, okay, this is who I am. But, like, I didn't choose this for myself. It was just kind of gifted to me. And just because I'm a winner, that doesn't mean I'm better than other people. It doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. That doesn't give me moral high ground. That doesn't make what I have to say more important than others. It's just, you are a winner. Accept it. And instead of being arrogant, being grateful, bro. Because as I mentioned, I didn't choose this, bro. This was given to me. My creator, God, source, the universe, you know what I'm saying? Gifted this to me. So I'm very grateful, dog. I'm very grateful. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I am just so grateful to be who it is that I am, bro. I'm very grateful to be who it is that I am. There's a lot of commotion going on out here because I'm at the park. So yeah, man, I think it's just very beautiful. Very beautiful. And speaking of like clarity, man, it's like, you know what I really want, bro? This is what I've been thinking about this every now and then for a couple years. For the last 2 years, it comes to my mind every now and then, just as something that seems like, yeah, I'd like to do that, but I don't know if I could. But I 100% believe I'm going to. When a comedian goes on tour, he or she brings people with them. An opening act. And I think with me running ads on Twitter and me beginning to build an audience through Twitter and through, in my book, I took out my email address and instead I put my Instagram and my YouTube in there. And I am going to be building my list and like, I want to go on tour. Like, I want to go to different cities. And I think about when you first go on Theo Vaughn's podcast, he has a list of tour dates. Chris D'Elia, tour dates. All these comedians, tour dates. And, they go to these different cities and they'll go to a comedy club or they'll pack out a theater or whatever it is, and they'll do 4, 5, 6 shows in that city. Charge like $35 a person, like $55 for VIP, or depending on the venue, they can charge potentially more. And I just think, how fucking dope would it be to travel with my niggas, to build an audience and just bring my niggas up and just bring my niggas up with me. How dope would that be, man? Do, 4, 5, 6 shows in a weekend, have it just all be improvised, have people ask questions and be on stage with my homie and just fuck around for a few hours. Fuck around together. Have some laughs. Have every single show be improvised and totally new. And I have a few homies that I'm like, damn, bro, like they would really appreciate the stage because it would help their business, but they also want to speak on stage because they like speaking, they like teaching. To be on there with me, with an audience that really values authenticity, that really values freedom of speech, where my homies can go on stage and they can be themselves, and that's well received. And then to go to dinner with my homies, man, and eat something delicious, document the dinners, go back to the Airbnb, mastermind 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what I want to do, man. I want to go on tour with my niggas, bro. And just expose my audience to my niggas, help their businesses out, and just we all rise together, bro. To me, like, that's exciting for me. Like, I really want to do that. I want to spend time with my homies because I got some really smart people in my life, some really intelligent, hard-working, strong integrity people. We're all in our 20s, no children, and we've all been working on ourselves for over 5 years. Right now, we're all between like the 5 and 10-year range. And I also got niggas that I mentor, you know what I'm saying? Like, bringing them along as well, having them be part of the mastermind sessions, have them be part of the shows, have them be able to witness it, have them be able to learn, have them be able to be inspired and see what's possible, to give to them in that way, to have them just be at dinner with us listening to the shit that we're saying and really bringing up the next, generation of leaders. To me, like, that's exciting. It's not necessarily about me being a positive influence or me being a guru or nothing like that, man. It's really just me wanting to just have fun. I just want to make a living being myself. And I, I'm like, my whole fucking spirit is in that. And I know I'm going to do it. It's going to happen. And I'm so grateful to that. I'm so happy, dude. And it's cool because it's just like, there's no force to it. It just is. I'm like, bro, this is going to happen. Because it's happened over and over and over and over again in my life. I know what it's like to commit on the level that my soul has committed to. I've done that many, 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 many times in my life. And each time I have come out on top. And the beautiful thing here as well is like, I just happen to like documenting my life. I've been doing this for 2 years. I have 3 terabytes of footage in Google Drive. So it's not my intention to like try to be a positive influence for you. It's just like, I just like documenting my life because this is fun for me, because it feels good for me. But it's also cool, like, hey, like, you get to be part of this journey. You get to see how I make decisions. You get to see how I think. You get to see the journey. You get to see how I'm talking. You get to see how I view the world, bro. Because even though on face value, where it is that I am right now, it might seem like all the shit that I've done didn't pay out and all that kind of stuff. And Greg's working at a restaurant and what's going on, what's happening. Like, people don't realize, like, dog, I'm okay being where it is that I am because I know it's not gonna be like this in the future. I'm willing to be broke right now to work on something that means everything to me. It's a sacrifice that I gotta make. Yeah, I can go make more money. I have the skills to do that. My sales ability, I can go find a sales job that pays, $60 to $120,000 a year or something like that. But the thing is, man, I wouldn't be happy, and I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even make that much money because my heart wouldn't be in it. Because as I mentioned, like, I don't feel like I have a choice in the things that I make a commitment to. I feel like that choice is made through like my body. Like, I feel like I'm not in control here. I feel like I'm a conduit for the universe. I feel like the universe has blessed me so much, and I feel like everything has been exactly as it's supposed to be. I feel like everything was on purpose. I feel like the universe gifted me my family on purpose because it was all to prepare me for the life that I'm meant to live. And the fact that I was chosen to live this life is like, bro, how did I get so fortunate? Like, why is it that it was me? Like, it's not even up to me to figure out why it was me. It's just like accepting that it is me and just being like, all right, like, let's do this. All like the emotional challenges that I had, the relationship challenges, was all on purpose. It was all to prepare me and to make me stronger. I got people close to me who are giving me such a hard time, but it's like, dude, thank God for that, bro. Because it makes me stronger. Because if the closest people to me are like this, the world don't mean shit, bro. The world don't mean shit. Because no one's gonna matter to me more than the motherfuckers around me. It's my family. And I love them, and there's nothing they can ever do to get me to stop loving them. I'm gonna love them for the rest of my life, no matter what. I can't help it. It's not a decision that I make. It's just what the reality is. So it's like, thank God, man, like I was gifted this family to help me get this tough skin to be able to push through, because I'm about to be bigger than I can possibly ever imagine. Ever imagine. I mean, as big as I can think, bigger shit's gonna happen than that. But like, I have to go through these challenges because it's all preparing me for that. Everything in my life was on purpose. So man, I'm very grateful to the universe for choosing me. I'm very grateful to the universe that, like, I love to document because I get to help out as well. It's not the main reason why I'm doing it, but it's cool that it's kind of like a sidebar that gets to happen. That at the same time, I do get to inspire people. That's beautiful, man. Man, did I get so lucky. So I'm taking it easy today, man. I'm just chilling. I'm thinking. I'm just taking the time just to center myself, just be grateful, you know. And at the same time, I feel like my brain naturally always thinks of like a situation that is better than what it is where I'm at right now, right? It feels like when I have a girl, things are going to be better. Once I get to a certain place, things are going to be better. Even just in my everyday regular life, like, man, I would feel better if I ate something a little bit more healthier. And I'm constantly thinking about how things would be better than things currently are. I don't take as much time to actually just be grateful for what I have and the blessings that I already have. And I had to think about it as well in terms of the level of confidence that I have in myself today. This is a level of confidence that I dreamed of when I was in my early 20s. This level of comfort that I feel with myself. Sometimes I go back and I watch the videos that I filmed 2 years ago, and I can't watch them because, like, I just see how anxious that I was. I see how nervous that I was and how uncomfortable that I was, how much of a mask that I was putting on. And I used to be this really high energy kind of person. And I think in certain situations, I am still very, very, very high energy. You get me around the right people in the right environment, I'm taking over that whole motherfucking room. But I remember one time I was in, I have a lot of stories about Portugal, but I was in Portugal and me and my friend went to lunch with somebody who was in our community who we never met. And this guy, he was like 29 years old. His business was doing like $6 million a year in revenue. And at one point in the lunch, he paused, and you can tell he was getting uncomfortable, but he felt like he had to say it. He said, I'm gonna give you some unsolicited advice here. The way you're talking to me right now is you're very chill. When you get on the mastermind calls, you're very high energy, but like, this is who you are. You don't have to be super high energy. You can be who it is. You can be chill. Just be chill. And it feels just so good for me to not have to put on a mask, have to put on a front, have to be anything other than who it is that I am. And just be centered in who it is that I am. And I feel like jiu-jitsu helps me out so much with that. Jiu-jitsu has given me so much confidence in myself. so much confidence in myself, man, because I used to walk around having so much fucking anxiety, intimidated by other people, afraid of getting hurt physically. But now I feel like I can protect myself. I know enough jujitsu to where I feel like against an untrained person, I'm winning that motherfucking fight, bro. That's crazy. And it helps me just fucking relax more. It helps me be calm. And also, like, I don't want to have to ever resort to that. Like, I feel like I can be able to be calm in a situation to where I can de-escalate it. Cause I'm like, nah, bro, like, it's really just not worth it in terms of like fighting. Like, this person doesn't, like, it would be like me fighting a child. That's not worth it, bro. That's fucked up. There are ways to be able to de-escalate the situation that don't involve violence. But before I'd feel like I need to avoid it because if something happened, I'm fucked. And I didn't want to be in that situation. But not only just like knowing how to fight has really helped calm me down, like jujitsu is incredible because of the benefits that jujitsu gives me outside of the mat. Because when you go on the jujitsu mat, it exposes your truest colors. You as your pure self shows up on that mat. I remember my first day training jujitsu, we were practicing takedowns. And I remember when I was gonna go take this other guy down, I was so scared. I was so shy. I didn't want to like touch him or hurt him or anything like that. And I remember it clicked in my head immediately. Like, whoa, this is how I show up in my life in general. I got this sense of awareness that was so powerful that I was like, whoa, is this how I show up? But I learned so many other things. I learned how I deal with victory. I learned how I deal with defeat. I learned how I deal with setbacks. I learned how I deal with challenges that seemed way too big for me. Jiu-jitsu is beautiful, bro. It's changed my life because what I feel like, what confidence is, at the end of the day, confidence is really just awareness. Confidence is also like competence, which means like knowing how to do something, and you get enough repetitions doing something, like you're going to be competent in it. So like confidence comes from competence, but also confidence comes from awareness. Knowing thyself, knowing who it is that you are and being aware of that. And not just that, but like jujitsu helps you accept it because you have no choice but to accept it. You got tapped out, you got choked out, this happened, you were put in this, challenging position, all this kind of stuff. Reality gets shoved in your face in a way that is undeniable. The thing about the ego is it's able to lie to you and it's able to make up situations that aren't real. And you can say, okay, I did this or whatever it is, or oh, if I wanted to, blah, 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 blah. But when you get fucking choked out and you gave it your motherfucking all, you cannot argue against that. You are fucking forced to deal with reality for what reality is. And your brain, no matter how much you want to justify it, your brain automatically comes to full fucking acceptance of it. And it brings you to the fucking present moment. And it makes you face reality. It brings you to what reality is. And that's what's keeping me training now. Before, it was all about making sure that I can defend myself. I can defend myself now. I'm grateful for it. And I'm only going to get better. But now it's about the benefits outside of that. It's just about being more aware. It's about still, you know, working on my ability to deal with defeat. It's about knowing what it means to be humbled and also be humble in victory as well. Because even though I might beat somebody in a match, there's bigger people who I know who can just have their way with me. There are people who I know who are smaller than me, shorter than me, weigh way less than I do, who can beat me up to the same capacity that I can beat up my 3-year-old nephew. My 3-year-old nephew doesn't stand a motherfucking chance against me. And there are grown men who are smaller than I am who can treat me and have their way with me in the same fucking fashion. Which is nuts to think about. So it just keeps you humble, man. I think it's very important just to be aware of your faults, aware of reality, humble in victory, humble in defeat. Showing respect to others. So with awareness, with jiu-jitsu, you become aware and you accept fucking reality for how it is. And that's what confidence is, right? Confidence isn't necessarily someone who's perfect. Someone who's confident, someone who's just perfectly okay with who it is they are. Someone who's confident, someone who's perfectly okay for how things are. I am where I am right now, but motherfucker, I'm confident as shit. I'm confident as motherfucking shit right now, dog. Because I accept who I am. I have faults. I've talked about fucking banging a hooker on my YouTube channel. You know? I did that shit fucking like pretty much like fucking 13 days ago. That shit happened. Whatever. People are gonna judge whatever, but this is what happened. It's the truth. I enjoyed it too. I had a lot of fun and I felt like it fucking improved my life the next day. I don't advocate towards doing that, by the way. I advise you do your research and you make your decision from there. But yeah, confidence is just accepting reality and accepting yourself, your fucking faults and your insecurities and, you know, your strengths and your weaknesses. It's just awareness. Anyway, I've harped on that a lot already here. So I'm feeling good, bro. I'm just fucking chilling here at the motherfucking park. Just enjoying this day, man. I've been putting in a lot of work. I uploaded 31 videos in the last 31 days. That is so beautiful to me. That is just so dope. That is incredible. I love this process. I have so much fun with it. And I'm so excited to pay my jiu-jitsu membership so I can have another month of jiu-jitsu. I'm excited to I've been thinking about like what else can I do? Like there's a great yoga studio that I want to, you know, get back into doing yoga. That combination of yoga and jiu-jitsu, they help each other out. And also like yoga helps fuel jiu-jitsu because like the more flexible I am, like the better it is for me in jiu-jitsu. But not just that, but like just yoga alone has its own incredible fucking benefits mentally and spiritually and emotionally. So like the combination of the two like really help elevate who it is that I am. And also I really fucking enjoy yoga. Like I just want to do things that I enjoy doing and being the best that I can be and just feeling at my best. And I feel like when I feel at my best, I can't help but make decisions that are best for me. And doing things just for the sake of enjoyment. As I mentioned, I'm very fucking fortunate, dude, that naturally I happen just to love jujitsu. I don't choose to love jujitsu. I don't force myself to love jujitsu. I just love jujitsu. I just love yoga. If I was built another way, if I was built to fucking love cocaine and fucking toxic people, bro, that's what I would be doing. But I got very fortunate that the things that I love happen to be positive things. How I got so lucky, I just have to give it up to my motherfucking creator. In gratitude and humility, I am so grateful that like my life could have turned out completely motherfucking different, because there's one thing that's true. It's that I'm just gonna do what it is that I motherfucking want, and can't nobody stop me from doing that. Can't nobody stop me from doing what it is that I want. And I just got very fortunate that the things that I want happen to be very fucking positive things. Life could have been so different, bro. Wow. So it's like, that's something to celebrate. That's something just to be like, wow. Wow, that's so great. There's on the way here, there was I was listening to classical music. There's a Beethoven song that I was listening to. Is it this one? Here, I liked it. And I want you to listen to it as well. Or I'd like you to listen to it. Wow. I I actually, so I was at the stoplight and it was playing, and it's a song you've heard before. It's a it's a classic song. And it's funny because I just pulled up my phone, I liked the song, I put it back in my pocket. I didn't even look at what the title is. I just looked at the title right now. And the song is called Beethoven Ode to Joy. You've heard the song before. It's a great song. So I'm gonna turn off this camera, I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm gonna just fucking sit here and just be so fucking happy about today.